people have got their eyes on you like a guilty pleasure type deal, and not in the way that you think. This is not necessarily about these people being attracted to you. This is about these people being envious of what you have. Because it seems to me like you have been in this energy recently with the King of Wands of really taking ownership of everything going on in your life and putting a lot of effort into being the leader. So you are showing yourself which way you want to go, and you're taking charge, you're taking initiative to get there. You may have had some successes recently rising through the ranks, especially in your career, if you've opened up a business, if you've been signing contracts or agreements in your life recently. It feels like you have been like starting to really get somewhere, and someone has been witnessing this all happen. People generally have been witnessing this happen from a distance and being insanely envious of what you have going on, but not in a way that they want to take it away from you. They just don't want you to take the opportunities away from them. So they're not maliciously trying to like stop you from making progress. They're recognizing your progress and just being like, why can't I do that? Why am I not doing that? They're really comparing themselves to you. And like, firstly, I feel like they've got it all wrong with the Seven of Cups. It's like they're creating things in their head here. There's a lot of illusion here of all the different scenarios that play out in your life, because you are the successful person. You are the person who's getting it right. And so like in their head, they see like one of your Instagram stories of you kind of with the really amazing looking drink in your hand or something, and they're kind of making up stories in their head of like, oh, they just got given that by someone for free because they're that type of person. These kind of like weird stories that get made up, and some of us may have been in that position before where we've been looking at someone else's stuff online and kind of really buying into it as though that is like 100% of the real story. And all of us know that there's more to what meets the eye when it comes to being online. And there's lots about everybody's life that we don't really know. But when we make those assumptions, sometimes it's like, I don't know, it's us projecting parts of ourselves that we want to see onto other people, or it just feels like this has been going on since autumn. So it's like one or two of these people may have like developed a bit of a routine almost, where they kind of like check in on you and see how you're doing like once a week or once every couple of weeks. Like their favourite TV show, they just want to see what you're up to. This started in the autumn, and I feel like they were particularly lonely and isolated in the autumn, so maybe they were spending a lot of time online, or you know, maybe they were sort of watching you in real life but like from afar, and sort of trying to project that, you know, I wish I had your life, basically. And in spring, I feel like life actually got pretty tough for them, and they were going through a bit of a temporary struggle, and they were putting on like, this is someone that you know to be really warm and friendly, like they're a very kind person, they don't wish bad things on anyone, but I do feel like they were they got like especially into imagining what your life was like in the spring, because they were not accessing any kind of success themselves. They were feeling a little bit stuck in the springtime. And you and this person are like polar opposites in many ways. Like, especially at this energy that you're in right now, when you've done a lot of healing. There's this healing card here. I feel like you've been working really, really hard at trying to get your life on track and trying to sort of boss up so that you can be the best version of yourself that you can be, because maybe you've been in this person's position before, or these people's position, where you've been sat watching what everybody else has been doing and wishing you were them, wishing you were in their shoes, and you decided that you just weren't going to do that anymore. And now I feel like you're in a very different place, and it's like maybe the purpose of this reading is to give you the opportunity to understand how your life looks from a distance, or to give you an idea of like, when you post that story, when you post that thing, there will be people watching that who kind of desire your life. And so maybe there's something here to be like, how can you balance it out with the Two of Coins by also posting stuff that's really real, and also in real life interacting with people in these very kind of like real ways. And it sounds like weird to say, but I think many of us sort of walk around with a little bit of a mask on, and sometimes we don't really show people who we really are. Like, we don't really show our goofy sides because that's cringe nowadays, and we don't really show our failures because it's like maybe a bit embarrassing to admit that you failed in some way. But I do think that like freely showing people all parts of ourselves, including, I mean, especially if you're going to be present on the internet, showing people all parts, like your flaws, your failures, and balancing out kind of the image that you want to project of being this like amazing, like almost perfect person. It's nice to include some stuff in there that shows people that you are regular and you're not expecting yourself or anyone else to be that kind of superhuman who gets it right all the time. And so this is as much an invitation for you to be imperfect loudly as it is for you to understand that people are watching you right now. Maybe you kind of have a responsibility to be imperfect, to show them that it's okay if they are. So yeah, that feels like a really interesting reading today. I'm wondering if we should maybe pull a couple more cards to give us any more context on this. Basically, I definitely feel like you should feel flattered, because this person doesn't want to take your success away from you. They just want you to not take any potential opportunities away from them, I think. But I feel like you guys aren't even on the same level with that anyway, so I don't feel like they would have access to the same opportunities that you would at the moment. Okay, interesting. And if you're starting to feel a bit stuck in a rut, or if you're starting to feel a bit down, honestly, the energy of this moon, this full moon, has been absolutely insane. I've been fucking livid since yesterday morning and I couldn't shake off. This is a Scorpio full moon, isn't it? And I'm an Aries right now, and there's something to do with Aries and that sort of Mars energy coming into the astrology. I'm not an astrologer, so I do not know what I'm talking about. I'm just regurgitating information here. But as an Aries sun, a Cancer rising, and someone who is currently PMSing about as hard as I could be PMSing, I think I'm really supposed to be feeling this, and I definitely am. The energy is like way off. So if you're struggling with the moon right now, with the energy, just know you're allowed to. I think many people are. And also, if you've been having crazy dreams as well, the only way that I could calm down this morning when I woke up was to go for a walk. And then the only way that I could become less angry today is when I made myself a banana bread, and that's literally over there cooling right now. I'm gonna go have a slice in a bit. But yeah, if you've been feeling a bit stuck lately, or like it's sort of spinning the wheels but you're not really sure where you're going, it might help to give you a sense of direction, and it might help you to give like a bit of a kick up, might help to give you a bit of a kick up the arse again, to remember that other people actually are witnessing you on this journey, and they're really impressed by you. They're really impressed by you. They're sad that they're not you. They feel a profound sense of grief that you are experiencing what you're experiencing and that they're not, but you can move ahead. Yeah. And being brave in showing your imperfections so that you can inspire others with your aspirational lifestyle, rather than just make them feel like they're missing out on something that only you can have. But yeah, if you want to book a reading with me, then you can do via the link in my bio, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!